shout out, at least to know where the perfect place to start listening to would go at. But anyways, you know what I mean? Just hit this shit, man. Like, those vocal ranges gotta show. And these songs are gonna be like, I mean, they're dope anyways, but like, they're definitely gonna have a longer lasting good taste to the ears, man, because then you won't forget that shit. Like, I still got that same Regis flow, man, in my head. Whoa, that shit clean. All right, track number 6, Trap No More. Let's get it.
Now we flexing on no Texas on the clothes. Fuck your bitch and then I'm gonna send her home. Ain't gotta shot no more, no more. I ain't gotta shot no more, I ain't gotta shot no more. I ain't gotta shot no more, I ain't gotta shot no more. I ain't gotta shot no more, I ain't gotta shot no more. I ain't gotta shot no more, I ain't gotta shot no more. I ain't gotta shot no more.
This is an interesting approach right here.
Um chefe já vai parar de vender mesmo? E os carros? E a fama? E as garotas? E o dinheiro? E as joias?
Hey, I like the dance moves right there. Sounds like Cardo made this shit. I hope Cardo did, because low-key, if I had to give you my top 5 Gio Dee tracks, I couldn't go and put it out without having Ball the way it goes on it. I don't care how old that song is, that shit still bangs, dog. When I'm lighting it up, I'm sorry, but that's one of my turn-up songs. You can't, that shit's so timeless. That's what I feel like I was missing at first. Like, it wasn't growing on me at first, because like I said, to me, when Gio is on a song like this with great production, I feel like he's at his best when he's aggressive and he's going hard. You know what I mean? And to me, he has a much more commanding presence than the actual fire beat itself. You know what I mean? So, like I said, the facade, man, that's really my number one that I'll always bring up, man. That beat bangs so hard, but Gio Dee just fits in so good. Like, some people get overshadowed by the production. That's where I'm talking about, like, grade A production is a double-edged sword. Sometimes people will get swallowed up by the production, and the production will carry that artist, you know, throughout the song. So like, you know, they'll blow up, but it's because of the production, not necessarily the artist. However, when you give it to someone who's perfectly tailored and fit for, you know, for the production, like Gio Dee, when you give him, like how I was talking about, I'm going to continue to use the Facade as my example. You give him the production for the Facade of Gio Dee with that energy that he has, dog, it's like a match made in heaven. You know what I mean? It works. And at the same time, it's like as if Gio Dee is carrying the beat itself. It's like he's doing it justice at the same time. You know what I mean? Like he's commanding the whole presence, and all you can remember is like as the beat goes in, these niggas know me. I got it, I get it, I flip it. These niggas know me. Whoa. You know what I mean? I just like it. To me, it's catchy. So like, what I wasn't feeling it at first was he's like saying it 20 times over and over. I ain't gonna trap no more. I ain't gonna trap no more, in like a passive aggressive fashion. So to me, it's like, cause I know that this dude can, like, he's at his best when he comes in aggressive and, you know, straight off, like right off the mat, you know, like right off the, like he's just right there. You know what I mean? So like, I wasn't necessarily like feeling it at first, but it kind of grew on me because then I'm looking at it from a different perspective. I'm like, okay, I think when it comes to the title of the song, how he's not saying I'm not gonna trap no more, that means it's like a sigh of relief. And as you hear the beautiful melodies, he's like, I ain't gonna trap no more, singing soft. I'm like, okay, I think I see where he's trying to make it fit here. So it's like, I'm not necessarily gonna say that I was wowed by Gio Dee's production performance on this beat, but at the same time, like, I'm not necessarily disappointed or disliking it. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But because, you know, like I said, it was tailored for him to feel some type of way, and that's what he was going for. But I definitely still would wish to hear some more vocal ranges here and there where he just goes it and just lets it out. You know what I mean? That's really how I can say it, man. It might be tough to understand where I'm coming from, and fuck it, it might be. On a better day, I probably could explain it better. But right now, where I'm at, it's just fuck it. You know what I mean? It's cool, and plus, this is technically like a third time reaction to it. So let me listen to it for a few months or so, and I might be able to really actually digest it and give you my best analysis of it. But hands down, no, I like it though. You know, the melody's so fucking gorgeous. I just feel like it was just overly repetitive. Like, I ain't gonna trap no more. I ain't gonna trap no more. Ooh, I ain't gonna trap no more. I ain't gonna trap no more. You know what I mean? I wish he could have switched it up here and there. You know, use some playful words. You can still keep the flow, because like at the end of the day, that's where one of his biggest strengths is that. It's that he's very adaptive to be able to get a flow that fits well with the production. Like, he's never gonna sound off. Like, he's just built like that. Like, he's good. And to me, that's where, like, it's like a professional. If you don't know how you want to tackle a song, at least the worst case scenario, if you could find a way to flow with a joint, that way you don't sound off tune, or you don't sound like you don't belong on it, you solid. At any time, like, I think Gio Dee can hop on a beat, he could give you his worst, and that shit will still sound solid. That's where I'm trying to get at. So in a sense, it's like, I'm not saying it's a bad performance overall, no. It's just that I've heard better by him, and that's why I'm like, I still got desires to want to hear something different. But like I said, at the end of the day, I think this dude is, you know, superbly talented, and he's got his own thing that works for him. And I know when he gets that shit on and he's on his A game, dog, it's just phenomenal. I mean, some of his best bangers are in my playlist when I gotta go hit the gym. That's all I gotta tell you. So with that being said, let me get to the 2 bonus tracks that I'm gonna play from his SoundCloud playlist. But yeah, that music video was gorgeous, man. I might even play that song a little more. Alright, so the first one's gonna be Rag to Riches featuring IAMSU. Oh, here we go. So it was SoundCloud where they got the production credit. I missed that. So let me go in and give you guys the production credit. Track number 2, Disrespectful, was produced by TM88. Screets, track number 3, was produced by QB. Shout out to you. You definitely made my favorite beat, even though Trap No More is really, oh my God. That's gonna get my category C vote right there. Obviously we know Metro made Free Throw, solid. Call Your Girls was produced by Solo Mitch. And then Trap No More was produced by Sherlock. I'm gonna be real with you, man. There's not one bad production on this shit. All of them are dope. They're all dope, you know. Obviously, I got a question, a few takes here and there by Gio, but it's just because I feel like he's not giving his full 100. I feel like he's giving a good percentage of him. At the same time, like I said, he's trying to mask some of the, you know, some of the parts where he's performing at with, I hate to say it, but you know, with whatever is catchy or trendy at that time. But like I said, when he's just full out him, dude is fun and entertaining to listen to. That's all I gotta tell you. But nonetheless, we're gonna get to it. Rags to Riches right now. Let's get it. Produced by Leland LaVinci. Rags to Riches, baby.
Damn, Gio.
Real man, stayed on for the come up. They don't see what happened. You're gonna take a lot, you're gonna lose a lot. Like me. I went them there broke just to get rich. I went them there broke just to get rich. I went them there broke just to get rich. They don't understand what it takes to make it. Oh, that up, oh, that up, oh, that up, oh, that up. I went them there broke just to get rich. They don't understand what it takes to make it. I'm not affected by the nonsense anymore. It's like that these niggas let this social boy. Getting money, fucking hoes is all these niggas know. I call them niggas cause they be some ignorant. Capturing their imagination in a limelight. I know I'ma blow when the fucking time right. Go to any fucking hood, your boy certified. The baby go and chop it low for me. Oh my God. Okay, money make the world go round and make the world go down. They say the same thing, nigga. It's a cliche sound. Yeah, it's so good they wondering I ain't make it. It's not that complicated. They looking for folks that gon' fake it till they make it. But I know greatness is patient. They gon' give me my shine, nigga gon' take it. I don't care who in first place. I'm finishing race. Cause these niggas don't get what I had to go through to make it. Whoa. I went them there broke just to get rich. I went them there broke just to get rich. I went them there broke just to get rich. They don't understand what it takes to make it. Oh, that I, oh, that I, oh, that I, oh, that I. I went them there broke just to get rich. They don't understand what it takes to make it. I went them there broke just to get rich. Now I'm getting told from a thick bitch. These niggas say they think that I don't know. Check that DM on IG, it's bitches from your home. Do we text? She like me, to the west. She invite me. You know it's tough for spaces to penthouse. Did it one time, I spin out. Go to the bank, look and out. Fuck around, I take a best friend out. Hey, cause it's real play shit. Ain't no stop, ain't no stop. Those people praying on the fly. Finna walk into the dealer, drop a payment on the drop. Then I'm driving straight to the top. Bring them my homies as soon as I get it. Making that money as quick as they print it. I fire a bitch, get good in the apprentice. Yeah, that's that shit right there. This place check my gas. $500 for a bed. Like, yeah. She need me like air. And I need her like bad credit. I leave that bitch right there. I went them there broke just to get rich. I went them there broke.
it right here. This is it right here. That's it. That's it. I love. Yo, Sherlock, you killing me with that fucking vibe, bro. Man, that shit's strong. Ooh. Sherlock, no, I'm dead serious, dog. That shit's strong. But no, that's definitely the best take. And we got the most out of Gio Dee on that track right there. I'm surprised that shit didn't make the EP. I don't know if he was afraid to hurt people's feelings with that song, but I like that. That shit was cold. Lyrically, boom, done. Gio Dee, and once again, vocal ranges here and there. Automatic with the hook once more. Gio Dee fucking killed that shit. That's his best take right there. Oh, man. That shit right there was cold. Talk about they're only interested in money and hoes, and I call them niggas because they ignorant. Yo, that shit funny. My nigga was disrespectful on that shit. Yo, but look, man, I just gotta capitalize on things. He, like I said, he keeps things on a very understandable level. Like, you won't be missing what he's talking about. But yo, he ain't out here to simp either. So I like that shit. That take was solid. That shit was solid. That's what I'm used to hearing from Gio Dee, man. Fucking clean. Yo, that shit had me laughing, bro. Like, I call them niggas because they ignorant. Like, he's saying that they're so irrelevant and ignorant that they're not even worth being called out by name. I'm just gonna group you and label you as niggas. That's it. You're just another number of people that think like that and this and that. So here's the thing. I do believe that Gio Dee is very conscious of what he does. So I'm not here to say that, like, oh, like, necessarily, like, what are you doing with this and that. I'm just giving my feedback. And at the end of the day, I do understand and I'm well aware that if this dude wants to click it in, he can do it like that. But I understand too that dude is really working hard to blow up. So if he has to, you know, fuck it. If he has to pick up some trendy shit, put it into his arsenal, and that's what he's got to do to fucking blow up. Look, I understand that. You know what I mean? I'm not here to call you out on that or nothing. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to say, fuck it. I still want to hear 100% Gio Dee. And you know what? Eventually, people going to come around to it and they're going to really rock with you. So I think that's the most important thing to take out of this, man. Like, you know what I mean? Gio Dee's pretty smooth, man. He's not going to do anything too crazy, but he's also not going to be simping at the same time. He's going to be right there in the middle. You know what I mean? Kind of like Malcolm in the middle, but, you know what I mean? He's not mediocre. Like, Dog definitely has a different style to him. That's, I want to say, it's going to be relatable at the same time. Like, you're going to feel like he's his own identity. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So that's what I think is cool about him. Like, he's relatable, but at the same time, he's kind of like his own independence. So, you know, you don't get that many people out there, bro, still doing that. And I don't think I'm gonna play the last track, because if this is the same track that was on TOTB2, I'm gonna skip it.
Them shit boys doing too much, nigga. They get too much money, Gio. Control them niggas.
It's holiday season, bitch.
Yeah, I heard that already. So that's 7 tracks in, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'll come up with my EP for y'all. But to sum it all up, I think Gio Dee just continues to progress himself in a sense of trying to, I guess, you know, like, just perfect his way of how he approaches songs. Like, he's not trying to sound like as generic. He's like not trying to sound generic, but at the same time, he wants you to know that he's out here to fight for his right to be recognized, man. So as far as like sounds, like I've already kind of commented it. Like I know when Gio Dee comes in full energy, you know, ready to blast out, ready to go into it, dog, is just contagious. Like that shit, you just can't turn off or you can't look away. I remember when he did a snippet for the facade, the first time I heard that, when he was doing a preview for TOTV2, dog, I was waiting for that track. I was like, that shit was playing on my mind. You know what I mean? He's got songs like that where it just goes like that. And I feel like when he's on that on a consistent level, whether he's rapping or, in my opinion, when he's singing and he's doing it, killing it with them vocals and also adding auto-tune here and there, it's simple. You know what I mean? Like, it's dope. Just, I'm like, don't stick to the simple notes. You know what I mean? Like, even if that shit sounds pretty, like, relevant in whatever is bumping out there, like, you know you got something else to add. Like, you got some extra sauce to add that makes it powerful. I hate to use the term sauce, but at this point, I gotta add it. You know what I mean? Just say that you got that extra kick that some of these mainstream lames can't do. So just continue to do you, and that's it. Like, this shit will carry out. You know what I mean? Like, it's contagious, dog. Like, you got some shit that can get people to, like, just fuck with it. Like, you know what I mean? So, I'm just saying, like, that trendsetter role fits you nicely. And at the end of the day, God tailors us to do a certain thing that nobody else can do. So, fuck it, man. Go out there, do you. Eventually, people gonna recognize you. And they're gonna see that you carry that Boston pride strong. That's all I gotta say. But, obviously, you know, Mind Your Business EP, I'm about to listen to it some more, man. You know what I mean? I think that's probably why I didn't listen to it as much the first time. But honestly, I'm not going to even put that on Gio. When I first played this was during a time when I was just listening to nobody but Tory. Like, I'll listen to somebody else. But after that, I'm like, okay, I got to get back to Tory real quick. It was just, his music was that addicting, man. But nonetheless, man, Gio Dee, man, I've always been peeping out for his music. Dog is solid. I think it's a fucking, like, I think it's a crime that he hasn't been blown up or signed by anybody yet. But at the same time, if he's turning down deals, then that's another story, man. You know what I mean? And if he's going the independent route, more power to you. Honestly, you're thinking ahead of everybody else. Continue to stay independent, because people are going to start doing that. And as long as you get what everyone's trying to peep at when it comes to the marketing idea, you could probably get a jump ahead of everybody else and continue to put your name out there. And, you know, once everyone realizes that you don't need the industry anymore to push your shit, like, we're living in almost in a nearly digital world, people are going to start discovering you. They're going to start fucking with your sounds. This is the perfect time to go ahead and dial in within your inner self, dog, and just continue to just kill it, dog. Like, just be you and kill it the best way that you can kill it. And people gonna see it, man. Fuck it. But nonetheless, yeah, not a bad EP. Not a bad EP. I'm definitely gonna be bumping this some more. Especially, I mean, golly, you keep getting these grade A productions. There's no doubt, dog. Like, with your 808s bumping like that, the 808s bumps really complement your singing style and the way you, in your energy, first and foremost. Let me put it that. But anyways, so for category A, I'm gonna go ahead and give that to track number 2, Disrespectful, produced by TM88. To me, this track kicks off this EP and gives you really the pure introduction of what you're gonna get and what Gio Dee's trying to accomplish on this record. So, in my opinion, Disrespectful, there you go. Plus, it's produced by 808 Mafia's own TM88. So, I always mention Gio Dee's automatic with the hooks. Here, he's keeping things pretty simple. Alright? Very simple, very cut, but at the same time, it delivers a strong and bold message. Sometimes, it's always the simplest message that gets through, you know, the hardest. Or I don't want to say, like, gets through, you know, the deepest into the mind, man. So, that being said, very, you know, I don't know, like, you know, not saying eye popping or eye catchy, but like in a sense transferring it through ear wise language. It's very catchy to the ears, and like you hear it and you're like, okay, you know what I mean, you're gonna start bumping to it automatically. So to me, it's definitely the category A joint on here. As far as category B, I'm giving that to track number 7. That's gonna be Rags to Riches featuring IAMSU. this was definitely Gio Dee's best take, in my opinion, from a lyrical standpoint, as well as just him pretty much bringing the most out of his own energy into the track. And I really like it. And once again, automatic with the hook. As soon as we hear it drop, though. Let me just play it real quick.
You're gonna take a lot, you're gonna lose a lot. Like me. I went down there broke just to get rich. I went down there broke just to get rich. I went down there broke just to get rich. They don't understand what it takes to make it. Oh, that on. Oh, that on. Oh, that on. Oh, that on.
In case you don't get the analogy, he's talking about how he went darn near broke just to get rich. That means he's talking about he invested darn near everything that he had in terms of money and value to be able to get in there and chase after his dreams to be a big artist. That's what he's talking about. I went darn near broke just to get rich. He's talking about I'm investing everything that I own or that I possess, money, everything that you name it, just so that way I can blow up and become the big time artist that I really believe myself to be. That's what he's trying to tell y'all. So to me, that carries a lot of value right there lyrically. And all he did was use 5 or 6 words, and that shit cut deep. That's what I'm talking about. I went down here broke just to get rich. Like I said, sometimes it's the simplest message that gets through the deepest when you really think about it. I'm dead serious on that shit. And you don't understand. There you go. Yep. Bro, all these niggas knows how to get money and bitches. Oh, I call them niggas because they're ignorant. Like that right there. That right there said it in. To me, boom. Very simple cutout, clear. You can hear that. There's no, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to dig the hook. Now, you got to think about that a little more. If in case it didn't catch you, you probably going to have that shit fly over your head. But right here, anybody could have caught that shit. And that shit would have dug in deep, man. Like someone just getting a fucking blade and trying to pierce someone's heart. Like that shit went deep in that motherfucker. Clear cut right there. So there you go. That's all I need to prove my case as why this is definitely the best song lyrically and best performance by Gio Dee on this EP. Hands down. Right there. That shit took it. Category C. I'm giving that to Trap No More. So much is playing into this. Now, category C is all about vibes, y'all. You just gotta feel some type of way. Now, I don't like how he's over repetitive with the words, but he's trying to emphasize something, man. That he's relieved that I ain't gotta trap no more. He's like as if trying to tell himself over and over again that he ain't gotta have to trap himself no more because he's got himself set to pretty much make this music career, you know, happen for him. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Or like when you finally make it and say you kind of got that recognition and you know that you finally made it and that you out of the hood, you ain't got to trap no more. And you can hear with the melancholy melodies right there with the piano. It just, man, dog, that shit hits. Like I said, I wasn't really feeling with the whole performance because I just feel like, especially with the first verse, it wasn't until the last minute when it kind of kicked in for me. It's just because it just feels very generic, man, very trendy. The way how he's singing, it kind of, you know what I mean? That just didn't feel it, like, fully clicked in for me. But when I let the song keep playing and playing, you know what I mean? Right where the last minute, I felt like, okay, I kind of understand where he's trying to, you know, approach this. He's trying to be passive with it because he's like, I'm relieved. Like, I ain't gotta have to do this no more. I just wish he could have added a few more words. Like, I ain't gotta trap no more. You don't need to, you know, add in whatever words you want to add in. Make the hook a little more catchy, man. And then we can go ahead and transition into the production, or the whole verse and all that, and we'll be solid. But that's it, man. Category F. Oh shit, my phone's about to fucking die. All right, so let me wrap this up real quick. So after that, category E is gonna definitely be Screets, man. Produced by QB. I think it's the best song on here. I like the production overall. It's solid. It hits home. And honestly, man, that's all I gotta say. Category F is gonna be Free Throw, featuring MadeInTYO, produced by Metro Boomin. I gotta give it to MadeInTYO since I gave out my other feature song in a different category by default. Category H, honorable mention to the intro, Dean Talks. Do you guys have it? Just gonna go ahead and show you my board real quick. But yeah, this is definitely category E, just for the fact that QB's got the best production on this motherfucker. With the 808 bounce. And it just matches Gio Dee energy-wise. And do I feel like he come in a little stronger? Yeah, but at the same time, I understand where he's trying to attack it, and it is what it is. But hands down, oh yeah, I feel like this shit could overtake the Facade really for my favorite banger from him. But anyways, that's it for me. This is your boy True Blue signing out. Y'all stay safe, stay, you know what I mean, stay blessed, man. It's crazy out there, but you know what? We can make it through with love, y'all. Look forward to when I cover his next project, which will be, damn, what's it called? It was dropped in 2017. But either way, damn, my phone's lagging. It's all good. I'll see y'all in the next episode, man, when I cover that project I was telling you about that was dropped in 2017. All right, deuces. Never going back. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, next episode, never going back. I'll see y'all then. Deuces.